Wonderful good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today out of our studios here at Commodity TV out of Munich. And I have the pleasure and honor with me today here is Robert Eadie, the President and Director of Cortez Gold. Robert, thanks for taking the time.
No, thank you.
Cortez Gold, what is the company about? You are quite new, I would say, and the first time here on the TV also, and I think also you start the marketing also for the first time here in Europe. So give us a short introduction to the company.
Well, we were going to go into the marijuana business, but we decided we didn't know anything about it. So I decided to stick with mining because that's what I know.
Yeah. Fantastic. So what is Cortez Gold about?
Cortez Gold is about cash flow, cash flow, and cash flow. We're a toll processor. We're processing concentrates for small miners in Mexico. We're just in the process of building the facility, and that we're testing one of the tanks now, and that facility will be up and running by the beginning of December.
So I presume all the money is in to build a facility, to really start production. That's all done, financing is set up?
Yes, the financing is all done. The company did $2 million in debt and $1.3 million in equity. Okay. And the $2 million in debt is due in January 2016, so it gives us ample time to create cash flow and to have a strong working balance sheet before we have to pay back our loan.
You're based in Mexico. Of course, Mexico is famous for mining. You are processing concentrate and not ore from the miners. So what does the concentrate look like normally? How many ounces of gold? What else is in it, like silver, like lead or zinc or whatever?
Concentrate depends on where it comes from. It depends on the grade of the gold or the silver, and often it's associated with lead, zinc, and copper. And so what we're after is the gold and the silver. And the lead, zinc, and copper we sell off to a metals trader, so as our waste product.
Yeah, oh, fantastic. Can you give our viewers an idea about the margin? What you would have? What is the, let's say, the cash flow game plan for the company? What can your investors expect in form of cash flows, profits, etc.?
Well, we're looking at about 15% is what our toll rate is. That's what we make in profit, plus anything over 90%. So if we get a very high-grade concentrate where it's like 93% where we recover the gold, after 90%, the rest is ours. And so we pay the miners up to 90%. And so there we get to build in a bit of margin and a bit of extra profit for ourselves. But in worst-case scenario, it's 15%. We're a factory. We're processing concentrates. And so every time that concentrates are brought in, we make money from that for every ton.
Great. So you want to start to process 50 tons a day.
Correct.
Are there any plans? As you said, you generate cash flow, like from the first hour on you are processing. What are the plans with the cash flow? You want to grow the company? You want to go probably to 100 tons a day next year
we
or
want
2 years?
We want to grow the company, and we own 35 hectares around the initial site, and so there's lots of room for expansion. I definitely see an opportunity to expand right away. We're getting a large demand, and our capacity will be full very quickly, within about 6 months. And so then after that, I would say that we would look to expansion, and then at a future date, we would look to build a refinery.
Oh, okay, interesting. So that means it's a long-term and growing business.
It's a long-term and growing business. Any investor should look at anywhere between 3 and 5 years.
Okay,
and
great.
that would be a good time frame or model. And we don't expect that we'll sell the company. We don't expect to be bought out. We expect it just to grow the company, and it'll be cash flow positive. And then in turn, we'll reward shareholders for being there for 3 to 5 years with us.
Great. What's about competition?
There isn't any competition right now other than the big companies, which are Pinolis. And our terms are much better, and we care much more about the small miners than the big companies do, and we actually see it as our bread and butter, as opposed to, say, Pinolis, who sees it as just an add-on to their business. So it's a bit of a different focus. We're focused on the small miners. We'll go into value adds with them, education, where we can help them with equipment and investment in the small mines. We'll actually be partners with them.
And it means also you have, I think, a competitive advantage that you pay them much faster, right?
Correct. We will pay them anywhere between 3 and 5 days. As soon as the samples are done from an independent lab and our own lab, then we give those results to the customer, and the customer says, yes, I agree with that, and they approve it, and then they get paid 90% right away. So that's about a 3-week faster turnaround than our other people in the business.
Great. Can you give us some rough numbers? How many ounces of gold you will produce in the year, silver, etc.?
It's about 1.4 million ounces of silver and about 38,000 ounces of gold in the first year. That's just an equivalent to give people an understanding of actually what we will produce. We're producing concentrates or processing them, so we're not actually mining that. But that's just giving you an idea. And that should work out to be, on a fully diluted basis, about 50 cents per share in cash flow.
No, that's, I would say, very nice to have.
Yes.
Any plans maybe later on to go by yourself into exploration and to do something, or you want to stay with the business and build a refinery, so that's straightforward?
We'll stay with the business, but by processing concentrates for other people, you get to see different mines, and I'm sure that an opportunity will come out of that. But I'm not sure that we would actually do it. We'd probably put it to somebody else. So we stay focused on processing concentrates and then further to a refinery.
Perfect.
Stay focused on our business and what we know.
Great. I like that. Robert, thank you very much for that. And
thank you very much.
All the best.
It's always a pleasure to come to the green room.
Thank you. Great, then all the best for that, and yeah, keep it going, and we hope soon that you can report the first really cash flows then.
Absolutely.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Robert Eadie, the president of Cortez Gold. Well, you heard it, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. That's the model, that's the thing. They start, by October, November, the real thing kicks in, and they process concentrate, of course, and they have a fixed fee, so they are not dependent on the gold price. Check out the company. Thanks and bye-bye from Munich.